Hello, Baron. Paul here. So we're on coat number 3 of varnish that you're looking at right here. We're going to put 7 on. We'll have number 7 on Friday evening, and then we're going to let those cure over the weekend, and we'll do a knockdown sanding next week on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, and then we're going to put 4 more coats on, and then we're going to do a final sand, and that will give us this, and then a final coat, final sand and final coat. And this is dusty, but that'll give us this gloss and this mirror finish on your boat as well. We also had researched what is the proper flooring for your boat, and this is the proper flooring. Oh, that's the inside, that's your support for your mirror. But anyway, so here's to give you an idea of the scale of the flooring. So this stuff is it's 150 a yard, but you're going to need like 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, 4, maybe 5 yards is all you're going to need of this material. This is the stuff that Tommy Holmes, president of the Century Boat Club, says was the original to your boat, and a reproduction material is available. And so this is what we can put in the bottom of your boat. You can select something else if you like, and you don't have to select anything today. But anyway, this is what was used in your boat. So that's today's update. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you. There were some super light planks on your boat. There was been repair made, and it was a short plank, and it was almost yellow even after we stained it. So we have darkened it as much as we dare. If we darken it really anymore, then we're going to start to obscure the grain in there, and we haven't done that yet, and we don't want to. We don't want it to look like paint. We want it to look like stain and have the grain show through. But there was evidently a repair made up here in the bow, and they did what they call a short plank. We typically don't plank anything shorter than like 3 or 4 foot. Nothing wrong with it, other than it's just an obvious, when you see a plank that short, it's an obvious repair, as opposed to one that's been, and here's another obvious repair. But that's, there's nothing wrong with it. We like to make it whether it's more questionable, where it's more questionable as to whether or not a repair has been made. I think we got a short plank on this side as well, but there's nothing really wrong with that. You got a short plank right here on the back. So those were really quite light. They were quite because they are not original to the boat, and somebody used whatever they could get, and it was close, but not exact. And same thing, this was very light as well, and we've got it darkened up pretty much as we dare. So, and that takes a lot of the variation out. The rest of the variation you see is pretty much natural variation anyway. I mean, we're pretty sure that these back decks were original, and so you've got some variation even in the same planks. You got a really light section of a plank right here, and the rest of the plank is dark. You have a dark section of this plank, the rest of it's light. Same thing here. So that's, we've got this variation here down between this plank and this plank down to what you see even in individual planks right here. So we're real happy with that. I promised to look at your exhaust tips. Your copper all the way back here, but the exhaust tips on the back of your boat are something different. Typically the exhaust tips were, wow, that's some tape. Yeah, so yours are stainless. Your exhaust tips are stainless. They're aftermarket. I would not change them unless you're looking for a 100-point showboat. And as far as that goes, I don't know that these weren't original to the boat. we've done a couple of this era of resorters, and they did not have the exhaust tips. So I'm really believing that these are not original. But again, there's nothing wrong with these exhaust tips. Okay, spray rail. I think I sent you a picture of the proper spray rail. Would have this would be tapered down back here and tapered a little more and more of a curve rather than a sudden going from a straight line to a sudden slant. Excuse me, a sudden straight line to a sudden slant down. That would be more curved, and we can still do that on your spray rail, or we can do nothing to your spray rail if you'd rather. Okay, that's the latest update. I think I talked to you about the flooring and that. Yeah, I did. And we'll see if you wanted me to go ahead and get the flooring ordered, because it could end up being a long lead item if they don't have it on the shelf. And typically they don't have this stuff on the shelf. So talk to you soon.